Hey guys, what is up? NYKF31, Madden 17 Playbook Ranking Series. We're on the Patriots here. Here you see the current rankings. Just about have the first column all the way done. So we're almost, done with about a month left before the Madden Championship ends. So let's go. And here we go with the Pats. I didn't have a very high expectation of this game being able to replicate anywhere near how the Patriots offense really functions, just because of the way the game animates, moves, and the way it works mechanically. So on that aspect, I was right. That didn't come as a surprise. You see me starting out here in split close, which honestly I'm not very comfortable in. It's not a formation that I've used a lot at all this year, and you know, quite frankly, I'm not very good in it. The routes just look like a jumbled mess to me. Everything is just too compressed and tight. Reading. I have trouble reading it. So because of that, this playbook had a bit of a learning curve for me. When I first heard it out, I was terrible in it, but gradually it got better. And that was an important thing because I think you need to be able to run split close to make this playbook effective. It has quite a few formations that this game will show. As I'm going up against a guy who's going to end up running a bevy of nickel slot blitzes. He's going to run a heavy dose of DB fire two strike and nickel blitz, and he's going to do that because I'm carving him up whenever he's in 3-4 cover two 3-4 cover four drop or bear cover three. So, what's left to do after you're getting carved up doing that? You run nickel blitz 2 and DB strike 2. But I'm in this formation pretty much exclusively in this drive, and I'm establishing a pretty good rhythm. It's got some good stuff. I would say out of the split closes I've seen, and again, I haven't. It's not a formation I use a lot because I'm just not very comfortable in it. It's pretty loaded out of that split close. You got a whole bevy of stuff you can do. You have the gun doubles here, which I think is the best gun doubles in the game. Buffaloes, in my opinion, had that title previously. This one is better. It's got the best trips tight end set in the game that I've seen. You got the Y screen, you've got the slot screen, and a bevy of stuff you can run both off of play action and standard passing plays that, again, work very well against the defensive meta. You actually have, and that's what I feel is the playbook's biggest strength, actually. You have a lot of formations that you can pick up these edge blitzers without having to sacrifice too much as far as your eligible receivers go. Here I'm in trips tight end again, running bubble screen. A lot of bubble screens in this playbook. That part I did pretty darn well. Unfortunately, only about half of them work. But overall, you have a lot of ways to pick up edge heat in this game without having to sacrifice too much of your eligible receivers and too much of your playbook. Reason being, their spread sets, their spread 2x2 and trip sets have an awful lot of play action to help you pick that blitz up. And also, you have formations that have the tight end or the back either in an offset or wing position, which gives them a better chance of picking that edge heat up there around the play action comeback. I was kind of disappointed there in the pass trajectory of that high point pass. I thought I should have gotten a better pass on that. Maybe that's a function of Derek Carr. Who knows? As I said before, and as other people have said before, Derek Carr can be kind of inconsistent. But here I am trying to punch this in from inside the 20. I'm in, Y flex here, and what he likes to do, he likes to mix in two-man pass rushes here and there out of those cover fours, and he likes to jam out the middle of the field. So I just go outside and hot route to and out and bang it down the sideline. Same thing here. I'll give an auto motion play a shot just to see if it can do anything. This one's not terrible. This is also in the Jets playbook as well, and you got to play action off of it. That's okay. Their empty passing game was a bit disappointing. Again, I didn't expect the game to be able to replicate it all that closely, but it's pretty vanilla. Not really much in the way of wrinkles. I don't know what the hell he was in there. He was in cover to invert there, just all kinds of weirdly aligned. And on the trail shake, I just hit AJ Green on a high point pass. Single back doubles, bubble screen with a streak backside. I didn't like what was happening there to the left. I think he made an adjustment there, that defender there, so he was kind of shadowing the bubble outlet. So I just, threw a high point one-on-one shot there to the outside. This play is almost really, really good. It's almost there, but it's not quite done as efficiently as you would like. That slot tunnel screen. You have the lineman pulling out there, but what happens sometimes when they're on the wide side of the field and there's just too much space for them to have to account for, they go kind of crazy. And plus, if the play is kind of blown up that side, you have enough time to throw either a high point, a streak seam to the tight end, or a slant to the backside wide receiver. But I still managed to gain a couple of yards out of it. Now these wide receiver screens, they don't work well at all. I know he's bringing nickel blitz too. I was hoping Kelsey would let the nickel blitz defender rush in and pick off the outside corner, but he doesn't, and that leaves that play to get crushed. So those wide receiver screens where they have that one tight end kind of leading the way, those seldom work at all. And when they do work, in my experience, they tend to work when it's run toward the boundary, where that tight end doesn't have too much space to work out too badly. Play action bubble, and this is the play that I kind of wear people out with out of this playbook. That one was run out of wide trips ISO. Gun normal wing pats. Got some nice switch concepts there. You have switch fork, inside cross for reverts, play action dagger, corner Z post with a comeback to the backside. Really good set here. But again, I'm going to get a wacky throw. So on this play, no, I'm going to run the ball here. The run game out of the shotgun is more power base and zone blocking base, which I don't really mind. I actually like HB base quite a bit. But here I'm going to run this switch fork play. Nope, I'm running inside zone. I'm going to run that inside fork play or that switch fork play eventually. I'm trying to just kind of pick away and get into field goal range. I'm back in gun doubles. Angle, play action read, play action shot divide, Y sail, skinny post, Y cross. You also have play action seams. Really good set there. Again, I have the play action being run to the side of the nickel blitzer. I pick it up. I just try to high point it leading to the outside. Don't quite get it. I'm in the process of considering putting my entire team on the auction block and just playing with a completely fresh batch of players that I haven't used this year. So, a high point to Randy Moss would have been nice, but I don't have him out there right now. Play action, nickel blitzer gets picked up, hit the crosser. He picked up the first one going left to right. Kelsey breaks underneath it. I would have loved to be able to have a look at that double move to see if it works, but I couldn't. Here he rushes only two. He's spying. I guess some halfway decent attempts at scramble rules, which this game is woefully bad at. And Kelsey just drops the ball, so I have to kick the field goal. But you can see that there's a lot of answers to block these edge blitzes, and I'm able to do it and still have four guys going out for a route. When I'm doing the play action, I am quickening the play action so the halfback doesn't get sucked in as much, and that helps. Plus, the route combos are generally pretty good. You usually get a quick little outlet, or you're able to hit deep crossers. Auto motion, gonna run halfback off tackle away from it. I like that. I like to be able to run opposite the auto motion occasionally. Most of these auto motion pass plays and run plays, they lead defenders straight to the ball. Would have loved to have tried a shotgun counter here, but the front he's in is not going to allow me to do it. So again, I'm just going to run some power. You'll notice that I'm not under center much at all. This playbook is a lot like the Cardinals in that regard. Why? You're not going to run this playbook to run single back jumbo or power eye. This is a playbook where you want to throw the football. I'm going to try to run this curls play again. These routes, the design of the routes intrigue me. It's a different game. And sometimes you can get a hole there to throw the ball. More often than not, they kind of, scare me off. But I'm able to hit the block and release outlet here. And again, I'm starting out in split close. As I got better at it, I had more plays like this begin to develop. Both big plays in the passing game, and when I have them set up for a run like the power, I'm able to pop it. Tight end Y ISO. This play action bubble screen is really consistent, really steady. Occasionally, one of the outside receivers might go a little bit nuts as far as who to pick up the block, but not often. You saw the play art for ace shotgun, ace smash, all reliable. Four verse on the scene, Devonta Adams. Virtually no sideline out patterns out of spread sets, so I have to create my own. I mean, they're pretty much non-existent in this playbook. I can only think of a couple of playbooks, well, not a couple of playbooks, but a couple of formations that have a out pattern at all for a X or a Z receiver. This auto motion halfback off tackle play, sometimes it works. More often it doesn't work this well. Sometimes it doesn't. Usually it doesn't. It gets blown up. But again, you test the auto motion to see what goes on. The auto motion wide receiver screen off of that is terrible. It's horrible. It's completely useless. Play action seams. Got a nice attempt by Devonta Adams. That's a Randy Moss caliber spec catch animation attempt, but he does not get it. Ace pair flex that play was out of that what you would call it, that halfback off tackle. The gun bunch is okay. You have the inside cross, you have the 518 hook, the mesh, you have mid draw, Pat's Y sail. You don't have a Z spot, which will automatically disqualify it from contention by many people. But you do have play action post, and you do have a curl flat corner concept, and you have bunch trail, and you have Pat sail, which is a pretty good play as well, which you don't see a whole heck of a lot. Again, I'm in the split close Z spot here. He covers it pretty well. I have no choice but to dump it off to Mike Wallace there. Fly trips ISO. Again, I'm trying to create an out route there, but he leaves Devonta Adams open down the seam, and he's able to go up and get it. He likes to run this corner blitz 3. I don't know who came up with this. Someone did. I think it was T-Raw, actually. I'm not sure. But anyway, this guy likes to run it very predictably and serially, and every time he does it, I get a really big gain off of it. He's just setting it up again. I mean, dude, at least disguise it a little bit. You know, I hit the flat and no one's there. But again, I had to settle for the field goal. But again, I take my points. I go up multiple possessions, and that's all you really want sometimes, especially late in the game like this. It is up. It is good. We're gonna try the single back doubles bubble screen again. He brings the blitzer. Very nice. We get a block that I have to make one guy miss, but I get a decent gain out of it. Here's the gun bunch. We're gonna run the play action post. I'm kind of jerry rigging it up a bit. I want to take a shot outside of Mike Wallace. For some reason, Mutt has made Mike Wallace this not only fast but legitimate spec catch threat. Don't know why, but if he's going to be that way, might as well see how good he is at it. Another game. Going to run some smash here, 2x2. One of my little quibbles about the game is that in Madden, a zone beater is a zone beater. Doesn't matter if it's designed to beat cover 2 in real life, or cover 3, or cover 4. And yes, sim Nazis, zone beaters and man beaters are real life terms. They exist. But in Madden world, Smash will beat cover 2, it'll beat cover 3, it'll beat cover 4. A zone beater is a zone beater in Madden. But I digress. I popped a nice run with Mike Gillislee there. Mike Gillislee is my favorite budget running back by a mile. I really like him. Again, in this game, this is the third game we've shown, and this is the third game where I'm going to run that play action bubble out of the Y Trips ISO with great success. Now here is the auto motion Ace Twins wide receiver screen. Same auto motion as that halfback off tackle, and you see it's just a bloody nightmare. Broken play, don't run it. Try it once, see if it works. When the results are like that, we don't try it again. This guy's serially playing cover two invert at a 4-3 wide nine. Could have gone to the quick out, but I trust Cam Meredith. Cam Meredith is my favorite budget wide receiver in the game. Dude makes plays, makes them consistently. He can jump, he can catch the ball and track it, he can spec catch. And he's 6'3", so that's a very good combination. Here I'm looking for him on this crosser, but not there. I'm trying to scramble, scramble, scramble. I see him here break, but I get a bad throw by Carr again. I felt like I needed to high point it because I didn't really trust a normal pass attempt on the run with a defender between me and the receiver. Again, bubble screen. He's bringing that 4-3 cover two invert. He mixes up how many guys he drops back off of it. And there you saw the outside receiver look inside the block. If he went outside and kept on going up the field, I might score. But I get a good gain out of it, and I take a knee and wrap up this game and close this foray into the past playbook out. So the first column is all the way done, and I have the Pats ahead of the Jets. I moved the Jets down to number 7. I think the Broncos and Packers are more versatile. I think you can do a more wide variety of things that are actually viable based on how the game plays and that actually work. There are a few plays where the game takes a stab at trying to replicate what the Pats do, but they're not. They don't really function very well. So I think it's behind those two playbooks in that regard. But it's solid in its own way. I really liked how I could pick up edge pressure out of it. I felt really comfortable against virtually every type of edge blitz that I ran up against when I was using it. That's really its biggest strength, I feel. So the first column is done. Tell me what you think about it. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? What playbooks that are left, like the Saints, the Steelers, the Texans, for example, do you think will, crack that top column and knock some of those guys from the left to the right? Love to hear your guys' thought. Talk to you all later. Peace.